At the end of the day, they all went down, they all raced, and yeah, they didn't have the result they expect, but we saw some really amazing thing, like we are in Biarritz, a little time off after Lourdes. I kind of need it. It was pretty intense. We had a great weekend, unbelievable crowd. I think we make a little bit of a big party during the day. I think thanks the fans, because without those guys it was awesome. Everyone, one guy had the radar, you know, the pretty thing made in cardboard. Some people, everyone have a different outfit. It was sick. Everyone vuvuzela, and yeah, it was pretty magic. Saturday, first time the 29 show up into a race, killed it. Practice 1, 3rd and 6th. Vergier killed it. Lucasio 3rd, and Minard 6th. Then we couldn't expect any much better. First time the 29 race, V10 29. Killed it. We made the point. They're definitely faster. Everyone can talk shit, doesn't matter. We proved it's faster. Then it was good, you know. You could see we could see those guys arguing, especially the best was between Bruni and Vergier. Awesome. Bruni is a king, you know. He could play with it without being too dirty. It was just amazing, you know. Just prove how clever is Bruni and how as a nice man he is. Fast racer, great guy. I think France should be happy to have those guys in. It's a long time in France we didn't have top athletes. We have them back. I don't know why it show up 10 years later, but it's unbelievable. And yeah, like I say, race a little bit so-so because of rain. Maybe UCI should have done the race earlier, but it's always a tough one, especially for the crowds, you know. And yeah, 5-year win, it's unbelievable. A French guy, good on him. I think it's pretty good to have your first podium, especially a win. But if you look at the timing, really, if you take the last top guys, at the end of the day, those guys were still the fastest in the rain. Then we make some calculation there. Then
you mean if you split the rain part and the dry part?
If you take the rain part for the fast guy, at the end of the day, those guys still fastest. Then, okay, for the race and for the point, at the end of the day, it don't make much difference because the top athletes start at the end. Then they're all 70 or 80. Then they're not making any point. Then they're going to race on 7 races instead of 8. But of course, for the race, it's a little bit of sabotage because you train all winter. All winter, you want to be the fastest guy for the first race and start to make some points, and you get sabotaged that way. It's difficult, but it's weather. It's always been like this. It's one of the only sport that don't cancel. At the end of the day, they all went down. They all raced, and yeah, they didn't have the result they expect. But we saw some really amazing thing, like. Gwyn crashing twice, I think, and still go for it. That was really cool. And Greg Minard surprised me as well a lot because he was still pinning it big time. Vergier loose as well. Lucasio. It was good. It was slippery. That kind of race is so difficult because we all know when it rains in Lourdes, it's so hard packed and the dirt is so different. It's so slippery. It's like riding your bike into concrete with full of oil. Your bike on the straightaway don't even go straight. That's Lourdes. That's the way it is.
And talking back about the 29ers, if you were still racing World Cup?
Oh, for sure. 29, I told when he had the first tall boy, I had 100 mil, and I was racing in Réunion Island. All right, I had 100 mils, but I was still at the race because they're going to pick us up. Oh, we go, Mirage. They're coming to pick us up. 29, I raced this in Réunion Island when it was at the beginning, I think 5 or 6 years ago. And the first recap after the race at Santa Cruz, I'm like, dude, those bikes are so much faster. Okay, we limited on travel, But those bikes are so much faster. When you release the brake, it's a different riding. It makes your riding a lot smoother. And for me, with someone who's like feet off in every corner, a little bit messy, it makes my riding a lot better. But the feeling I had is like feeling like I was going slow. But when you look at the timing and when you release the brake, when those people are pedaling, you just release the brake, you just go as fast as they go. And I'm like, wow, this is probably cheating legally. And but it always been a super big challenge for engineers to make such a big bike with big wheels, to respect the angles and to have as much travel. By the end of the day, you don't need as much travel because those big wheels. Then it's good to see now we have a V10 29. I mean, we have stiff wheels now, we have really good tires now with big sidewalls. You know, before we had a lot of flex on wheels because the wheel was just not following the evolution of the biking. They make those wheels for cross country or trail riding, but when you start to go to ride like enduro, when it's harder and more aggressive riding, you need all the component of the bike following. Then now we are, like I said, we have good wheels, good tires, we're just good to go. But it is a future for sure. For me, it's not even a question. Some people always say, yeah, it's a size involved. But look, Vergier is not a big guy, and he was first in practice. Then, you just need to know how to ride it. It's just like, you definitely need to ride it and get comfortable with it, because of obviously the clearance as well on the steep part, and yes, you just need to ride it. Practice will make the difference, but in the feeling you have in the beginning, like feeling like you're going slower, at the end of the day, the time gives you that's the verdict. The proof. You see the time and you're like, all right, I feel like slow, and 3 seconds faster, and then 3 seconds. Look how hard it is to get maybe a 3 cents of a second into a race. You know, you have to don't make mistake here, don't make mistake there, and all of a sudden you have a solution right there. Then why you will not take it?
Should.
You should.
And something happened on the other side of the world as well this weekend.
That's definitely something which sucks really bad. Like Franz crashed really hard into an urban race in Mexico, I think. Puerto Vallarta. Ride, crash into concrete. I think it was like a balcony.
Yep.
He getting conscious right away, coma, and super tough because he's in hospital still over there. We just need to have him back in his country, in Austria, because man, I've been in that position, crashing and not feeling the best, especially when on the other side of the world. Yeah, that sport is dangerous, we all know that, especially urban, but it's still something we love to do. And you never think about the worst could happen, and it happened to Franz. Well, link below, boys. Let's support the guy. We need to have him back to his country, and he needs to be taken care of, really. And I think he will feel a lot better when he's at home. Then please, guys, he's a rider. He's like you and me. Like, please, let's support the boy. Like little thought about him. Cheers, buddy. By the way, guys, that's something will make me really happy. We just hit the 20,000. We over 20,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. You guys rock. Without you guys, I would never be able to be 20,000. Then I'm not going to clip subscriber for 20,000 times. Thank you very much. Love the support. I want to make more video. When I see this, I want to share even more. Then I'm going to try to make that Porsche video just for you guys, because you guys know I have a Porsche GT3, and I think we're going to take it for a spin in the next couple days. Then I'm going to make those videos on the races, outside the races. Like I say, I want to bring into your living room my lifestyle and while I live, because I think it's time to share. Thank you so much for the support. Love you guys. And I hope one day I can celebrate with everyone in one massive house. Then we can hang out and party. 18 and plus, no? 18. You have to be 18.